Why? In that cases, we never use any cover, and we never wash, repeat frequently, never wash the thing that is the blankets. But in case of quill, we used to clean our, wash our cover at least. So this is actually identified as a major change in Indian populations. So foam mattress is one thing. Another thing, use of blankets without cover instead of quilt with cover. It's a very small thing, but it has to be given priority. Seasonal trend indicates mite count was higher in pre-monsoon and minimum during winter. This is a graphical representation of seasonal variation of allergenic mites in bed dust in Kolkata populations. SPT, skin prick test, is a primary test for identification of offending allergens. It's a screening test. 83% patients reacted positively towards allergens of mites, either TP or TP. Why I use the term either? Because it's very difficult to separate them from the same environment. It's not possible, rather to say. I'm sorry to say, it's not possible to identify these things in a living conditions in the beds. So we can say, roughly say, 83% of the patients reacted positively towards the allergens of mites, either TP or TA. 92% patients had elevated serum Ig level. We correlated it with the help of immunological findings. That means the patient's physical features is that their bed contains the mites, and at the same time their blood serum contains the significant volume of Ig antibody, because Ig antibody is the marker of allergy. 85% showed allergy specific Ig. That means Ig is increased, but what for? Specific Ig. So with the help of radioimmunoassay, we have identified 85% showed patient had the specific Ig antibodies against house dust and dermatophalangeal mites. Study confirmed that DF is the main source of allergen in house dust of Calcutta metropolis, followed by GP mites. So this is a nutshell. Now, how it is related with your lifestyle? Use of heavy curtains. This is very bad in Indian context. Wall-to-wall carpeting. We are used to now because of modification of lifestyles. Whenever we book any hotel, we first criteria whether it is a wall-to-wall carpet is there or not. But for the people who are suffering from bronchial asthma, it's a dangerous thing. So this type of carpeting is not recommended in that particular type of patients. Padded furniture, sofa sets, floor carpeting, soft toys. In Indian context, use of soft toys was very limited. Particularly I am actually from West Bengal. In our community, Bengal community, we never use the soft toys. But nowadays, the new generation, they're very much fond of using soft toys. This is one of the factors. Increased use of foam mattresses instead of conventional cotton mattresses, blankets instead of a traditional quilt with cover, wall-to-wall carpeted floors, favors the growth and multiplication of house dust mites, which ultimately increases the chance and duration of exposure to those indoor allergens. Now, whenever we will discuss anything about a disease, one of the most pertinent question is that whether it is hereditary or not. In Bengali there is a term, Amar Santan Jano Thake Dudhe Bhate. That means whatever I am suffering from, my son should be out of it. This is our normal expectation, isn't it? So naturally, allergy and heredity, whenever we discuss this topic, allergens tend to run in families, there is no doubt. A child with atopic pains is 6 times more likely to develop allergy than a child with no parental history. So we can safely conclude that heredity plays an important role in the development of allergy as proposed by Gelman in the year 1981. Taking this proposition in mind, we have done a commendable job, I should say, in Calcutta populations. Last 18 years, we have conducted a survey on Kolkata population involving more than 3,000 patients. It's a commendable job, I should say. on the incidence of hereditary dispositions in the allergic manifestations. What happens? The results showed that atopy in parents. What does it mean? Atopy? Atopy means hereditary tendency to produce IgE antibody. It's a predisposition, hereditary predispositions. If no atopy, father and mother, no one is suffering from any type of allergic manifestation, still there is some chances. What type of? 12.5%. One parent atopy, either mother or father is suffering from one type of allergic manifestation. The chances are greater, that means 19.8%, around 20%. Both parents atopy, what happens? The chances are greater, that means around 43%, 42.9%. Both parent atopy with same manifestation, father, mother, both are suffering from the same disease. That is either bronchial asthma or allergic rhinitis or atopic dermatitis, something. The chances are highest, that means 72%. So we can safely conclude that risk of atopic manifestation increases with increasing number of close relations with the atopic diseases in the earlier populations. So this is actually one of our achievements. The paper was published in Journal of Allergy and Clinical Immunology with high impact factor. Now just simply prevention and control. Maintenance of proper health and hygiene is a common language. General cleanliness of bed and bedroom. Frequent washing of bedding, mattresses, pillows, etc., which could minimize the mite populations. Avoid use of foam mattresses and replace older one. Room should be white and avoid dusting. Those who are suffering from bronchial asthma or other type of allergic manifestation, they should not go for dust. Better wipe it with the wet cloths. Complete encasement of bed with plastic covers. It was tried, but it was not being accepted by the Indian community, because throughout the India, throughout the year is usually hot. That is, temperature is to some extent high. So Indian population does not correlate with us. We tried level-based with plastic covers, because this type of mites could be killed with the help of choking their respiratory system. That means if you use any plastic cover, ultimately they won't get the sufficient amount of oxygen. Ultimately something positive may happen. With this proposition we tried, but Indian community does not accept it. Keeps pets out of the bedroom, use of acaricides, no use, because dead mites at the same time, live mites are equally important for initiating allergic reactions. Now, in recommendation, I should humbly state the same thing. In case of allergic practice, two things are of prime importance. First one is proper identification of offending allergen, that means to whom you are allergic to, or which is actually identifiable allergens in your case particularly, and subsequent control of these mite allergens from the patient's environment may be helpful for the prophylactic management of these dreadful diseases. Now, just some sort of propaganda. This is the list of publications in journals with impact factor, total 20 in last 5 years. We have published our findings in almost all world leading journals, I am happy to say. And very recently, one of my book has been published by the Nature Science, you know, the Nature group, and it's cost about 10,000, only 100 pages book. Very recently it has been published just last month. Thank you very much for your patience here.